Then on the other side, your bank statement balance, 2 deposits, add them. 3 checks, subtract them. And if you don't remember this, look, let it help you. Add, subtract, deduct. These two need to be the same, okay? If they don't, something went goofy. Take a look at your date. Make sure that's what you have. 30th. Questions? Okay. Then, recording the service fee, $15. I subtract it out of my checkbook. So that's where I get this balance now then. And lastly then on page 8, double check that you put that 8 there. This miscellaneous expense. Memo number. Typically, if we credit cash, we've written a check and it's a check. Few situations, they're going to be memos. It's where I didn't write a check, but something came out of my checkbook. Okay? Any questions about that? Okay. When else might I credit cash without writing a check? Alexis, it sounds like that's how you spend your money. Right? Debit card. That's our next section. Even though I might use my debit card, I still need to record it here. Anytime I pay cash, it better be journalized. I just don't use a check. Okay? Doesn't really matter. I'll have a memo number. When else might I do that? Remember yesterday I was telling you about my sister and that money was coming out of her checkbook for somebody else's payment. Don't know if your parents or you have any payments that automatically on the blah blah of every month, money is pulled to pay your car, your insurance, your gym membership. Okay? That's called an automatic, what do they say? Automatic withdrawal. Is that what they call it in here? Electronic funds transfer, EFT, electronic funds transfer, where you set up, obviously you agree somehow that a company can take money out of your account, whether it's checking account, savings account, whatever. And that's fine. Then you don't have to remember it. What you do need to remember to do is to record it, right? Because if it's coming out of your checkbook, it's money you don't have to spend. So an electronic funds transfer both needs to come out of here and needs to be journalized. One other thing in our book that they're talking about is remember yesterday we talked about a dishonored check? Dishonored check, bounce check. So I write one, that person I give it to deposits it, like all the $1,000 you got. These would be dishonored checks. They would all come back bounced because, well, there's no such bank, but even if it was, dishonored check. There's no money in this account to pay this. So the bank will charge you a fee for writing it. Okay? A lot of times the person on the other end might get charged a fee as well. If you wrote a bad check to Marketplace or whatever. So we have to record some of these things, but we also record them in a journal as well. So join me. Join me on 133, please. 133. I
think it's been a percentage of the class that we were in already.
Oh, we're at 42%? Oh. That's a little less than half.
Right now is good.
We're almost done. Just hang with me just a minute. Get a sugar fix.
How much is almost done? Like 5 minutes? Or?
12.
Really?
12 minutes. Can we do 12
Do something after that 12 minutes? No?
Look. Humor me. 3 transactions. Can we do 3 transactions together? And then we got one other really fun thing you're going to like. Okay, I'm kind of lying.
Apples to apples?
No.
Oh.
No, I don't have anything like that you're going to like.
Oh.
March 15th. Received notice from the bank of a dishonored check from Christopher Icola, $63, plus $10 fee, total $73, memo number 121. We didn't write a bad check. A customer of ours wrote a bad check. Clown.
Sucks.
What did we do when he paid us?
We we tried to cash the check.
Give him a receipt.
We did, but what did we write
recorded
here?
It. We recorded it.
We recorded it. We debited cash, we credited accounts receivable dash Christopher Icola, or whatever his name is.
Mhm.
Okay? For $63. Dirty Rat still owes us $63 because his check bounced. He also owes us $10 because I'm not paying that service charge as a business owner. Putting it back on him. So he can pay me and he can pay the bank because everybody's ticked off that Christopher bounced a check. So I've got to get this back on our books. So we're going to record this transaction of a dishonored check. Look, on the 15th of March, March 15th, I'm getting accounts receivable Krista Icola, M121, back on my books. Okay? So he owes me this, and oh, by the way, it's cost me now $73. Because I gave him $63 worth of services, and the bank said, hey, nice business, pay me $10. So I'm crediting cash, debiting accounts receivable. To A, get what he owes me back on the books, and to B, take out the cash out of my cash account because I don't really have it. I said I had it when he paid me that check, but I don't have it. So I'm tacking that $10 service charge on that. Okay? Bad, Christopher. On the 16th, paid cash on account to Spinoza Enterprise, $135 using EFT, electronic funds transfer. Memo number 122. So I'm not writing a check, but it's the exact same thing. Paid on account. Debit accounts payable to get that liability off the books. Credit cash. Regardless if I'm writing a check, it's still costing me money. EFT, electronic funds transfer. They put their fingers in my little account because I gave them permission to do so, and I've paid them off. Or online, I went on my online account and said, pay this or whatever. Lastly, on the 17th, I think I used my debit card. Purchase supplies, $31 using a debit card. Again, I don't write a check. It's the same thing. When I journalize it, the only difference is it's a memo, not a check. So I swipe my debit card. By the way, does anybody know how fast it takes to come out of your account when you use a debit card?
24 hours.
Right away.
What? Right now. That. Some folks came from the bank, community bank in Cameron, and they told the kids that they wanted to see how fast that it would come out, so they walked over to Bob and Steve's, got lunch, whatever, pizza and pop, walked back, they all used their debit cards, walked back to the bank, checked their accounts. It was taken out. So it is right now. So don't think you've got that float time. What am I talking about with float time? Anybody know?
Isn't it like in a debit account versus a credit account?
No. When I write you a check, I have to wait for the person to cash it. So I've got some float time. So if I thought, well, I'm getting paid today so good, I can dump that $13,000 check in my account to cover all of the checks I wrote you, right? Okay? So it's called float time. Any question about these three? Good? So good? On your own nose, please. Fast. Fast. Not in 12 minutes. This is not my 12 minutes.
You can make it your 12 minutes.
I could make it my 12 minutes.